Hello everyone and welcome back to another Destiny 2 build video. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you very much for all the support you guys have showed me over the last week or so. It's only been a week since we've been producing these build videos and you guys have thrown loads and loads of views, loads and loads of likes and comments, so I really appreciate all of you. It's it's pretty outstanding for a small YouTube channel, so thank you very much. Today I've got a really spicy build for all you Titan mains out there. You're gonna like it, I can tell. It's called the Headbutt. So, starting off with our subclass, we're going to be using Middle Tree Striker, of course. Really good subclass for PvE. It's quite fun in PvP as well, actually, but this is definitely more of a PvE-centered build. You should all know this one by now. It's been around for a while. Two of the more important perks is going to be Inertia Override, which increases your regeneration of your melee energy, or gives you a bump in it anyway, and also increases your weapon damage. That's quite nice. And Impact Conversion. Hitting targets with Ballistic Slam grants super energy and activates Inertia Override. So that is absolutely fantastic for this build. We're going to be using it to generate lots and lots of super energy, and we're going to get our melee back a little bit faster because of Inertia Override as well. So the weapons that we're going for, the special and heavy aren't too important. I've just been using Null Composure a lot, so I threw that together with this build. And the Ascendancy I haven't used a lot, so I thought I'd try it out while testing the build itself. The main point is Monte Carlo. We're going to use this to regenerate our melee ability as fast as we can, alongside a series of mods on our armor, which I'll get to in just a moment. So the main perk on Monte Carlo is whenever you deal damage with this weapon, it reduces your melee cooldown, so it gives you a little bit of energy each time you do a bit of damage. And if you get a kill with it, it has a chance to fully regenerate your melee ability. But we won't actually need that one too much. We only need to do a little bit of damage, and then we get our melee ability straight back. For our stats, we're not too bothered about mobility. We are a Titan, of course, so we're just going to Titan skate our way to victory. And resilience, you can have this as high as you like. Resilience and recovery, it's completely up to you guys. It's not massively important to this build, because we are going to be using this more in the lower tier content. So recovery and resilience isn't necessarily too important. This build is more for the seasonal events or running strikes rather than GMs. You could use this in raids as well if you wanted to, as long as you're not doing a master raid. It is absolutely fine. Not too bothered about discipline. We're hardly going to be using our grenade, and we are looking to max out our intellect. So if you can get it up to 100, that would be fantastic. Although this is a melee based build, we don't actually need that much strength because we're using the Monte Carlo, and we've got a few mods on our armor that we're just about to go through. So starting off on our helmet, we have double hands on, which is from our seasonal artifacts, and that's going to allow us to generate lots of super energy on melee kills. And we've also got elemental charged, which allows us to become charged with light whenever we pick up an elemental mod, or elemental well mod. Sorry, I can't speak today. On to our gauntlets, we've got fusion rifle reloader because it's only one energy from our seasonal artifact, and melee well maker. Every time we get a kill with a powered melee ability, which is what we're going to be doing the majority of our build, we're going to spawn an elemental well, which is going to charge us with light and also give us a little bit of a nudge on our melee energy as well. The exotic we're going to be using, of course, is Curace of the Falling Star. Absolutely awesome exotic. If you don't have it, get farming the Lost Sectors. It's so good for doing boss damage in raids or just taking out champions in Grandmaster Nightfalls if you've got a way to generate enough orbs of light from your other teammates as well. But it's really, really cool exotic. We're going to be using Well of Potency, so you get around 4 or 5% per elemental wealth that you pick up of your super energy. So that really does add up as you pick up, let's say, 5 elemental wells before you get your next super. Well, that's 25% of your super, roughly, that you're going to obtain just from this one mod. Onto our boots, we have Invigoration. So whenever we pick up an Orb of Power, we're going to be getting a little bit of melee energy back. And we've got Heavy Handed, which if you haven't used before, it's a really good mod. Every time you use a charged melee ability while you're charged with light, you actually get half of your melee energy back. So before we've even started shooting with our Monte Carlo, we immediately get half of our melee energy back. Hence why I said you only need to shoot a little bit. You don't really need to get many kills with the Monte Carlo to fully recharge your melee ability. And of course, the secondary part of this mod is while using fusion rifles, if you get kills while you're surrounded, it reloads your gun for you. So it adds in quite nicely with the null composure as well. Finally, we have Well of Irons, which every time we pick up an arc elemental well, it increases the damage we do with our melee ability. And of course, we're going to be constantly picking up arc elemental wells and constantly getting a little bit more damage with our melee ability. And the last two is just a double outreach. So if we are struggling to get our melee back, which you don't ever, don't worry, but you can just put your barricade down and it pretty much bumps it up to full charge after you've used your heavy-handed mod. So guys, that is the build. I hope you enjoy it. Go out there, headbutt some things for me. I definitely enjoyed making it, and I've run it through a few strikes and a couple of lost sectors. It is fun, and it's just a different way to play as well. You practically don't use any of your guns. You can just headbutt your way to victory. So if you like the build and you've given it a try yourself, drop me a like, please. If you want to see more of them, you'll see a little video linked at the end of this one that you can click on, or you can click subscribe, which would really help me out. And I appreciate all of you. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'm going to leave you with some Lost Sector gameplay just so you can see the rotation of the build itself and all of the perks that are active and so on and so forth. But I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.